It's a wonderful world, loving wonderful you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the third and final devlog for Fides. Fides is a narrative-driven game about light and shadows that teaches players how to believe in themselves. Fides is a school project in DigiPen Institute of Technology Singapore, where I worked with my team, BlackEye Studios, to make a game in a custom proprietary engine. In the previous devlogs, I came up with the core game design and created a game demo inside the custom engine. Over the span of the last 5 weeks, I worked mostly on integrating content and polishing the experience.
It's a wonderful world, I'm just walking on air.
Fides is a heartwarming game of self-discovery that tells the story of Matilda, a hardened survivalist who goes on a journey to rescue her missing friend Faith in a post-apocalyptic world. On her journey, Matilda goes from the comfort of the shadows down in the subways to the streets of the town, through the dense forests in the outskirts, all the way to the lighthouse where Faith is located. These 4 different maps tell not just the backstory of what happened to the world, but also tells of Matilda's growth and metamorphosis. Now let's talk about how the levels were made. The Prologue level is the player's first touch into the game, and is used to introduce the story and the controls. I started work on the level by importing art assets and laying out all the environment props. I then worked on adding a crash train into the level. The train would have doors that opened and closed to allow light to seep through. This is because we didn't want random floating platforms and light rays that wouldn't make sense in context. This sets the basis for environmental storytelling and world building for the rest of the game. In the following week, I worked on the first level of the game, which is the same subway scene, but set in the morning. I started by importing the daytime versions of the Prologue assets done by our artists, then tweaking the sprite color multiply values. Next, I created a respawn feature that reset the player after being in the light for too long. How this works is that the players will shoot a raycast towards the light source and check if there are any obstacles in the way. If there isn't an obstacle, then a timer would count down. After 1 second, the player would be teleported back to a respawn point. In the third week, I added some procedural animations for the environment assets. This was to make sure the world was more reactive when Matilda ran through it. To further enhance the game juice for movement, I also played around with the newly integrated particle system, which would help breathe some more life into the game. I added particles to the movement, the environment, and also to provide some damage feedback for standing in the light. From there, I created the next level, which was in the streets, and added parallax scrolling to the foreground for more depth. Coming up on the 4th week, I finished the final level of the game, which is the forest. I also spent a week exploring the new post-processing system, which we used extensively to boost the visual appeal and atmosphere. With post-processing also came some additional feedback, such as the burning glow effect, which was done by lerping the exposure with the burning timer. This added even more juice to the game. Wrapping up the project in the final week came a lot of touch-up and polish, such as sequencing the last segment where Matilda runs into the light to rescue Faith, and adding cutscenes for the finale scene. I also made the dialogue scenes clearer by showing little juicy sprites of the active speaker. And with that, Fides was finally finished. Fides was a group project which spanned over 6 months, and I'm very proud of how it turned out. If you like my videos, do leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and yeah, see you guys next time.